Hey everybody, this is the Ep.3. Welcome back for more Pokemon Heart Gold. In the last part, we met with some red-headed guy that I so happen to call, named after Super Patch 13, and in this episode, we will have to, well, both look for the guy and become a Pokemon Master. So basically, our journey finally begins after 2 episodes of nonsense. There you are. And I think this is where we're supposed to get our Pokeballs, like I said in the last episode, because I was trying to find out why that scientist didn't give us anything. But this is something that I can't avoid, unlike the original game where you could avoid this one jerk who wanted to actually show you how to catch Pokeballs. But now we have Lyra to do this way, so why don't we check out what Pokemon there is here. Alright, we'll see what we have here. We have a Rattata. Ooh, funny. What's so funny about that? Okay, I don't know. I need to try to, I had to basically raise my volume for the game itself, because I realized in the last 2 parts it really wasn't that loud. I should mention about the thing, actually, the sound of my game. Basically what it is that since I'm recording for my DS, this capture card doesn't record, doesn't take the audio from the DS. You have to use the audio jack and put it and connect it from your DS to the computer, which I don't have. Personally, I don't find it to be the biggest issue I have with the capture card, but I would need it to, you know, make the quality of the sound better. So yeah. Anyways, why don't we skip this? Well, I can't skip it. It's better to lower your target's HP more than I did. And I think she wanted to actually just figure out, to just show us how well she does when capturing Pokeballs. So yeah, what sucks was that I was about to train off screen and then I realized that she decided to mess up everything. But anyways, I guess while we're walking over here, we could talk about the Pokemon that you could get here. First up is Pidgey. Pidgey is kind of like a balanced bird Pokemon. It's decent, I suppose, but there's a lot better flying types later on. It specializes more in the speed, more or less so than other things, but like I said, there are far better bird Pokemon in the game, or flying Pokemon in this case, that has better speed than Pidgey does. Not to mention, it's pretty late when leveling up this thing. I guess while we're here, I guess also take out some enemy. When did I lose half of my HP? Jeez. Okay, whatever. I'll just tackle it down. Our next Pokemon that we can get is Rattata. Rattata is kind of like a very basic slave. A lot of people use it for a slave. It's not really that great in terms of stats. Actually, it's better with stats than the Pokemon I'm going to be talking about in a second. But other than that, it's not really as good of an HM slave, nor is it a good Pokemon in general. I say pass up of it. If you want a good HM slave, there is Sentret, who is the Johto's equivalent of Rattata. I like its design a little bit more than Rattata, but its stats don't go well at all. However, it does learn some good moves. It can learn water moves for HMs if you needed so. It also could learn, you know, Rock Smash, Cut, all those kind of things. So yeah, I guess if you want a slave, maybe I'll just catch one right now, just because I would like to have one. So yeah, that's Sentret right there. And finally, we have Hoot Hoot, who is available mostly at night. I apologize that there is no like ratio to figure out what Pokemon is in what time order. I never really got myself to make something like that. Okay. But Hoo-Hoo, anyways, is a lot more bulkier than Pidgeot. Its main distribution with its stats is its HP and special attack. It's weird that it's special attack because in the original game it's not as good as it used to be. Because in this game there are more, you know, special and there's more special attacks that are normal and flying. So if you want a flying Pokemon that could do some neat moves, considering that Hoo-Hoo does learn Hypnosis and Psychic moves, then you can work with it, I guess. Here we go. I guess I'll nickname this Sentret right here. Slave I don't know. Well, why did I do that? I don't know. Let's just call it Slave the Fourth. Just because I have nothing else to actually name it. Anyways, you think we're done there? Oh no, we are far from bios. This is the interesting thing about bios. A lot of people like it, and that's why I do it. You can't climb ledges, but you can jump down from them to take a shortcut. Yeah, this is actually pretty important for I guess Pokemon standards. I guess. Welcome to Route 46. Yeah, we just jumped from 29 to 46. It's crazy. In this route, I think if you keep walking around, you can actually find a Fanfy in Crystal, but in this game, no. However, there's 2 new Pokemon you can get here. 2 of them are Kanto Pokemon. Let's see if we can find them. The first one is Geodude, which I just found right here. Geodude is slightly better in this game. Rock Pokemon have the tendency to actually be buffed up since the 4th generation because of moves like Rock Polish and Stealth Rock. Geodude, well, being that it's rock and ground, it's really not a good combination of a type. But other than that, it's more physical based. It's slow, but it could be helped with Rock Polish. If you can get a rock Pokemon to do well, this is a good one to have. I just think that there is one particular rock Pokemon that is so much better than Geodude. Not to mention you have to trade it in order for it to evolve. And then the other Pokemon is Sparrow, who is what I consider to be the better flying Pokemon than both Pidgey and Hoot Hoot. It's a lot more aggressive, more better with the physical attack and speed, so that's who I think that you should at least go with for a flying Pokemon. So that's it for that. And since we have the Apricorn bag, we can get ourselves a green Apricorn. I can't remember exactly what the which Apricorn turns into what balls, but yeah. And I realized we're 7 minutes in, we didn't even make it to Cherry Grove City. Alright, now after healing, I was thinking if we should go into the Pokemart. I guess I can show off the Pokemart real quick just because we haven't really gotten to it yet. Basically, if you, like that old man said, they sell a lot of good things. Since we have enough Pokeballs and potions, I guess I'll just get myself 2, no, let's get 3. 3 Paralyze Heals, which could restore yourself from paralysis, and 3 antidotes, which could heal yourself from poison. We already have 1 actually. I didn't realize that. I'll get into what poison and paralysis does, as well as the other stats conditions once we head to our next town. But they're pretty important when it comes to this because it could seriously hinder your Pokemon and your battle properties, or it could help you depending on who you're using it against. It's very helpful though. And hey, another Apricorn. I don't even know why I'm going for Apricorns. They're not as they're not as helpful as berries, though I think there are berry plants around in this game. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there is. Obviously, berries were made since the soil was made since gold and silver. As for trainers themselves, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to skip ahead the unrequired ones. I'm going to go back to them off screen. But required ones, I will show off. If I ever run into any trainers that are unrequired by accident, I will probably skip them. So yeah, here we go with our first trainer battle on the route at least. And let's see what this guy has to bring out. A Pidgey. Alright. Now for those who know, this game is known for being probably the best Pokemon game of all time now. Being that it is a remake. It's a remake of a great sequel of Pokemon, which was Gold and Silver. A lot of people really like this, and I was really happy they were remaking this game. It took so long just to remake it, and since when this came out, I haven't played Gold, Silver, and Crystal for, I think, 9-8 years. I really wanted to play it again, and this is pretty much the closest thing I could have, and it is the better option to have. The only problem I have with this is something that they really didn't. It's better than Gold. It's better than Gold and Silver with this, but it's still not as good Pokemon standards. Basically, what happens is ever since Diamond and Pearl, the battling moves slower than it should be, which is very inexcusable. basically the battle just moves slower. It was fixed in Diamond and Pearl, in Black and White, but it's pretty unexcusable at this point. I don't know why they did that. I'm not a trainer, but if you look into one's eyes and uh, prepare to battle. I just said it like in one whole sentence. This guy's a bug catcher. Should I go after him? You know what? Since he's a bug catcher, I guess is a good point to talk about the bug Pokemon that are new here. There's a lot of bios I need to do for this, which is crazy. Bug catcher Dawn. Dawn. Survivor. I'm just thinking about Survivor all the time, man. Alright, Caterpie. Since we are fighting a Caterpie, and since there's a Caterpie here, we can talk about it. Caterpie is very generic. If you're a fan of it, I guess it makes sense because it's from the anime and stuff. It's a little more defensive on the side, but it's not a good Pokemon by any means. It evolved very early into Metapod, which is very defensive, but then it evolves at level 10 to Butterfree, which should have been Venomoth, I should mention. Butterfree is a lot more on the special attack side. It's decent because of the moves it learned, like Psybeam, but other than that, it's not that good of a Pokemon. Then we have its counterpart Weedle, who is part Poison, who's a little more offensive on the side. It has Poison Sting, which is great, but at the same time, it probably can't do anything against Steel. But if you want a Poison Pokemon, doing Poison will be good. And then evolve into Kakuna, which is the equivalent to Metapod, just Poison. And then finally, it'll turn into Beedrill, who's once again Bug and Poison, famous for the move Twin Needle, and it's a little more on the physical side. I think it's famous for this game because of the move Poison Jab. It was also the only Pokemon in the original game that could poison Steel Pokemon, though that was taken out in since Ruby and Sapphire, so that's whatever. And now for the Johto Pokemon, we have Ladybug. Can you stop using screenshot? Stringshot, God. Okay, Ladybug is it's crap. Don't go for it. If you need a bug Pokemon, I honestly would rather go with Caterpie and Weedle than Ladybug. It only specializes in special defense, and its typing's not good because Bug and Flying is one of the worst typing as well. If anything, maybe the other counterpart is good, which is Spinarak, who's Bug and Poison, which, again, is not a good Pokemon either. It's a Bug and Poison type. Another spider. Well, it's not another spider, but it's a pretty interesting Pokemon nonetheless. I guess it could learn Spiderweb if you really want that. But I wouldn't recommend this Pokemon. So yay, this route is completely useless Pokemon. That's great. Dark Cave. If a Pokemon could light it up, I'd explore it. Yes, you would. Why don't we check it out, actually? There is an item that we can get. Only one, I believe. But might as well just go through it. Once again, more bios to appear. This cave has 2 Pokemon to have, at least this side of it. First up is Zubat, which is what we found right now. Zubat is a very common annoyance in Pokemon because you can always find those kind of things in caves. It's very fast and it's quad resistant to grass and bug, which is fantastic. Once it evolves into Golbat, it becomes a little more faster, a little more aggressive, and then once it gets to Crobat from Happiness, it's ridiculously fast. I believe it's the fastest Johto Pokemon in this game, which is great. Can I find that thing? The only problem I have with Crobat is that even though I love its design, its move pool isn't as aggressive as it used to be. Even though it has X-Scissor and Steel Wing and probably Zen Headbutt and Brave Bird, I don't really find it to take. I don't really see it to take down a lot of things now. I'm guessing there's no item around here. Oh, there is. And then finally, we have Dunsparce, who is one of the jokiest Pokemon in this game. It's really generic, and I think what separates Dunsparce from being good is that it has a very good ability, which is Serene Grace, and its move pool is Gargantuan, which is common for normal types, but its stats are horrible. I wish there's an evolution for this Pokemon because it would make it seem very good, and I don't know, hopefully X and Y would fix this. Who knows? Alright. Now, if you think we're done here, I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys like this or not. I mean, yeah, my bios are really different, so maybe it helps out a bit. I was talking to this guy, Hercock. I walked too far today looking for Pokemon. My feet hurt and I'm sleepy. If I were a wild Pokemon, I'd be easy to catch. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. I guess I'll skip this guy for now. Since we're in Route 31, the only Pokemon I could talk about here is Bellsprout, who is a simple grass and poison type. Grass and poison types is actually one of my more favorite types, I guess. It's decent with its stats. It's a lot more offensive, and it has Chlorophyll, which means when there's a sunlight out, its speed doubles, which is fantastic. A big problem I have with its evolution, Victory Bell, is that its move pool sucks. You cannot get it to learn so many good moves without using any TMs, which really just breaks everything down. I found a good Pokemon in Dark Cave. I'm going to raise it to take on Falconer. He's the leader of Violet City Gym. I'm guessing you were probably looking for a Geodude. Good luck with that. Alright, so why don't we talk to this guy? You must be on Adventure Junior. Did you challenge the Pokemon Gym yet? Shut up! Shut up! Okay. I knew it was you, Lishan. How did you get past me? Here's something neat for you, surprising me. And we get a versus recorder already. Wow. I guess it just shows off who we actually fought. Most of the time I don't really find this useful, being that we have the Pokegear and all, but whatever. And there she goes. Cyndaquil, what are you thinking today? Seems to be feeling great about walking with you. Thank you. I love it. I love when I get my heartfelt shaped around my butt. I don't know where I was going with that. We care about the traditional buildings around here. That's why even the Pokemart and Pokemon Center are painted in somberly to blend in. Alright, well, I guess since we're done, since we made it to Violet City, which is our next town, which is where the first gym is, I'd say we end this off here, okay? So next time in Pokemon Heart Gold, we will explore Violet City and see if we are possible to take on the first gym. Who knows, huh? Who knows? Alright, well anyway, I will see you guys next time.